Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Roland Eva, and today I'd like to talk to you about the 6 myths of word of mouth. Well, specifically, is word of mouth marketing a proven business growth strategy, or is it the one strategy that should be skipped? So, when I first started my photography and graphic design business way back in 2005, the one thing I knew was that I was a 21-year-old kid. I was a 25-year-old kid. I had a lot of enthusiasm, I had a lot of determination, but I had a lot to learn. And, I was in a very fortunate position in that my business, doubled its turnover every year for 3 years consecutively. But what I didn't know, what I was completely clueless about was what drove business growth. And I knew that there was a lot of hustle involved. I knew that I was doing a lot of different things to promote my business. But what I didn't know was, what worked the best, what actually got results. So, and I certainly at that time didn't know about tracking and measuring or anything like that. So I just did a bunch of activity and kind of hoped and prayed, So, like I said, I was a 25-year-old kid, and I knew that, hey, there was a lot that I needed to learn about business and about marketing. And so how was I going to learn about this? Well, the first thing I did was I literally spoke to every entrepreneur that I could. Anybody that had a business or anybody that used to run a business, I wanted to speak to them about, and ask, in my opinion, the number one question: how do you win business? How do you get customers? How do you grow your business? And pretty much everybody I spoke to said to me, word of mouth. And I kept hearing this again and again and again. I would say to the people, how do you get business? How do you grow your business? And everyone would say, oh, it's all word of mouth. It's word of mouth, word of mouth, word of mouth. And, because I heard this answer repeatedly, I was like, this is great. Yeah, I found the key, discovered the key that's going to unlock the door to a new world of riches. But what I didn't know to ask at the time was, how do you know that new business comes from word of mouth? Because, what I know now is that I suspect that all of these entrepreneurs that kept saying to me, all my work comes through word of mouth, I think the reality is that they were clueless about what drove growth. They were clueless about how they got new business. And a bit like me, when I had my first business, I didn't care how I got new business as long as it kept coming through the door. The problem, of course, comes when the work dries up. And you're then faced with this question of, what do I do? Yeah? And at that point, that's when you need to know, right, I've got this proven system, I just need to follow it and work will come through the door. And if you don't have that, then you're in this really, really stressful and dangerous position of going, I'm doing 10 different things. I don't have the money to keep doing it. I don't have the time or the enthusiasm to keep doing it. What do I do? What should I focus on? So I don't know if you're in a position where you think word of mouth is great or word of mouth is a consistent way to grow your business, or if it is actually a consistent way to grow your business. What I know is that, word of mouth, does bring sales in. I'm not going to deny that fact. It brings sales in. And I also know that word of mouth sales can be massively addictive. Yeah, they are just like, class A drugs, because they're the easiest sales in the world to make. Because the person comes to you basically saying, I know what you do, I know why I should trust you, I know how much you charge, and I'm happy to do business with you. So you don't have to do any selling. You basically say, hi, I'm Roland. They go, great, can I work with you? And off you go. Now, obviously, I'm exaggerating. It's not quite as simple as that. But to a greater or lesser extent, these people come to you, they're pre-sold, and they're ready. They want to work with you. So, who doesn't want to have sales like that? Who doesn't want to speak to people who, basically instantly say, can I work with you? Yeah, everybody does. And so, there's a certain level of addiction that comes from, word of mouth referrals like that. But the real question is it a proven and sustainable path to grow your business? I don't think it is. So today I want to talk to you about what I call the 6 myths of word of mouth marketing. So myth number 1 is that it's reliable. So as I said, you will get sales from word of mouth, and they will be the easiest sales you'll make, which makes them addictive. The problem is, if you can't accurately predict, I'm going to get, 5 referrals a month or a week or whatever it is, yeah? If you can't predict how many referrals you're going to get, if you can't predict how much new business you're going to get through the door every week or every month, then it's not reliable. And if it's not reliable, then you're not in control of your business. That's not a good place to be, yeah? Because, hey, as long as the work keeps coming through the door, you might think, I don't care. But if for whatever reason it dries up, you will care. So you need to have something that's reliable. So if it's not reliable, it's not a proven growth strategy. So that's myth number one. Myth number two, word of mouth is easy and requires no work. So I remember the early days, 2006, 2007, I thought word of mouth referrals were as simple as telling the people that knew me, hey, this is what I do. Let your friends know. And I thought that, new business would come my way. And it kind of did, just not very much. Yeah. So what do I know now? If you want to get word of mouth referrals, you've got to cultivate this source of new business, which means you need to speak to people regularly. Yeah. Now, that could be speaking to them on the phone. It's better if it's in person. Hey, go out for drinks, go out for dinner. Yeah, socialize, meet at networking meetings. But you need to speak to people regularly. You need to stay top of mind so that, do they remember what do they remember what you do? Do they remember what makes you different? Probably not. Yeah. Hey, they're your friend. They like you. That's all great. But you're not the most important person in their life. You're not top of their mind. So, hey, when somebody says, do you know somebody that can help me with my marketing, or do you know somebody that can help me grow my business? They might say you, if that's what you do, but they might not. They might, oh, I don't know, I'll let you know later, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So you need to, speak to these people regularly. You need to cultivate, you need to sow the seeds if you want to reap a word of mouth harvest. And to do that requires time. What's the other thing? So that's myth number two, yeah? It's easy and it requires no work. That is a myth. Well, myth number three, word of mouth is free. So guess what? Your friends are going to refer you out of the goodness of their heart. That is a fact. But if they, let's say somebody sends you 10 referrals a month, like that's a lot. They know that this is helping you grow your business. If they send you one a year, great, they don't care. If they send you 10 a month, you need to thank them with more than just words. You're going to need to give them something in return, whether that's a case of wine, whether that's a Mulberry handbag, whatever it is. But you're going to need to thank them with more than just words. Because if you do, then they're going to send more people to you. Now, here's the key thing. It needs to be an unexpected gift because, like I said, they're not doing it for the money. But they are going to want to know that you appreciate what they're doing with more than just words. So that's myth number three. Word of mouth is free. So myth number four is word of mouth is quick. So if your friends are the queen bee, they are like so sociable, they're the social butterfly that, pollinates all the flowers, yeah? Then guess what? They will have multiple opportunities a week or a month to refer you. Fantastic. But most people aren't like that. Most people might get, let's say, one or two opportunities to refer you a month or a year. So what does that mean? That means if someone's going to refer you twice in a year, you need a lot of people that are going to refer you if you're going to get some business. It also means that if they're going to refer you twice in a year, you might have to wait 6 months before your first word of mouth referrals start coming in. So if you're starting a business, can you wait that long? If not, you need to do something else to start bringing in business right now. Yeah? Now, so that's myth number four. Word of mouth is quick. So myth number five, word of mouth marketing is sustainable. So here's the key thing. Let's say somebody, they recommend you and you get some new business. Great. But how many new people do they meet on a regular basis? Whether that's a monthly basis, whether that's an annual basis. How many new people do they meet that they can recommend you to? Because if the answer is not that many, then they're not going to be able to recommend you to lots and lots of people. So you're not going to get lots of new business coming in. So you're constantly going to need to be speaking to more people, yeah, meeting new people at networking meetings, looking for referrals through your clients. Yeah, you're going to be constantly having to grow your network of your referral network. So it's not sustainable unless you keep growing your network, which guess what? Means increased amounts of your time, effort, and enthusiasm. And then myth number six is word of mouth is a proven growth strategy. So I don't think it's a proven growth strategy because you can't rely on it. Because you don't know how many referrals you're going to get on a weekly or monthly basis, or even an annual basis. And if you can't predict how much new business is going to come in from this growth source, then it's not a proven strategy. So if you've got all the time in the world, then great, follow this strategy. But if you don't have all the time in the world, then, yes, add it to your bag of tricks, but do not rely on it. What should you do instead? Well, there's a myriad of things, and if you look on my blog, then you'll find lots of different ways in which you can grow your business and grow your community with organic posting, with advertising on Facebook, Instagram, Google, email marketing. There's all kinds of things that you can do to grow your business that's measurable. Do this, get this result. Oh, it's also faster. Do this, get this result tomorrow. So word of mouth marketing and referral-based business is a fantastic source of business. I'm not going to deny that. So it should be part of your bag of tricks. But because it cannot be relied upon, it shouldn't be your number one thing. This should not be the only thing that you use to grow your business. So I hope you found this useful. If you have, please leave a comment below. And until next time, carpe diem.